ai là sao mà kia cho môi năng buộc sợi trai qua dương chia về sai buộc một lá chiết dương còn sao mà kia cho môi ta nghe ní bao con chuột dung đi hai ta trong ní xong kia ta câu nó dương ta cái phương cách cực nó sáng kết đó còn bây giờ sẽ khuyên đi bao nhiêu các bạn có không
chấm riệp xúa từ test chân chữ mấy trai ngày ní trong càng nghe Khmer TV chỉ ngóp ban một đò là Long Beach City Hall và Long Beach City Hall đã miền phụ trongប្រជាជនខ្មែរយើងមួយចំនួនមក protest បានន័យថាមកធ្វើបាតកម្មដើម្បីប្រឆាំងនឹងសេចក្តីអញ្ជើញលោកអាយឧត្តមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតមកទីក្រុង Long Beach នេះបាទដោយទូរទស្សនិកជនបានឃើញស្រាប់ហើយនៅខាងក្រោយខ្ញុំនេះគឺសិតតែពួកអ្នកដែលប្រឆាំងនឹងវត្តមានរបស់លោកហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតដែលនឹងអញ្ជើញមកនៅក្នុងមកចូលរួមនៅក្នុងparade ខ្មែរយើងនៅខែ4ថ្ងៃទី10ខាងមុខនេះបាទសូមអរគុណសូមអញ្ជើញទស្សនាដូចតទៅជំរាបសួរពូសុខសប្បាយអូខេសុខសប្បាយអូខេបាទក្មួយហ្នឹងខ្ញុំឈ្មោះថូនីមកពីខ្មែរទីបាទ William អូខេអូពូឈ្មោះ William បាទពូអញ្ជើញមកថ្ងៃនេះមានកាយដែរនៅកន្លែង City Hall នេះ
ថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំមកនេះគឺថាពួកខ្ញុំនិយាយរួមមកគឺថាបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងនៅមកគ្រប់ទិសទីទាំងអស់គឺមកដើម្បីគឺថាប្រឆាំងនឹងវត្តមានរបស់កូនហ៊ុនសែនហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតហើយនឹងគិតមែងឮថាពួកទាំងណាត់ទាំងពីរហ្នឹងនឹងមកចូលរួមក្នុងពិធីចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរហ្នឹងឥឡូវពួកខ្ញុំមកទីនេះគឺប្រឆាំងដាច់ខាតគឺថាមិនអោយណាត់ទាំងពីរហ្នឹងមកចូលរួមទេគឺក្នុងឱកាសចូលឆ្នាំនេះប៉ុន្តែបើថាមកចូលចេញចូលសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនៅកន្លែងផ្សេងគឺអូខេប៉ុន្តែក្នុងពិធីចូលឆ្នាំដាច់ខាតគឺពួកយើងមិនស្វាគមន៍ទេ
បាទហើយហេតុអីបានជាពួកអត់ស្វាគមន៍ដែរ
មូលហេតុអីបានមិនស្វាគមន៍មកពីគាត់គឺថាមានការគេហៅថាតំណាត់តំណងជាមួយឪពុកដែលជាមេការអំណាចនៅស្រុកខ្មែរដែលប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរគឺទទួលការរងទុក្ខវេទនានឹងគឺរាប់សិបឆ្នាំមកហើយអូខេពេលបើតាហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតហើយនឹងគិតមេងនឹងមិនមានចេញមុខធ្វើមែនប៉ុន្តែឪពុករបស់ហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនឹងធ្វើអាក្រក់មកលើប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរនឹងរាប់អស់ហើយក៏ហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនឹងមិនដែលមានចំដោះទេបានសេចក្តីថាអូហើយនឹងកូនគឺមិនខុសគ្នាប្រមាណទេអូខេតង់កន្លែងហ្នឹងហើយដែលបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរអាមេរិកដែលរស់នៅក្នុងប្រទេសមួយគេហៅពោពេញទៅដោយ democracy human right freedom and justice ហ្នឹងគឺថាមិនស្វាគមន៍ណាត់តាំងពីនឹងមកចូលឆ្នាំ2016នេះទេ
ចុះបើសិនជាខ្ញុំចាឧទាហរណ៍បើសិនជាយើងគេមកក៏ប៉ុន្តែគេអត់ចូលរួមជាមួយ parade យើងតើប៉ុន្តែគេមកឡើងមិនដែរបើគេអត់ចូលរួម parade តើពូយល់ស្របយ៉ាងម៉េច
ចំពោះយោបល់ខ្ញុំក៏ដូចជាបងប្អូនយើងប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងហ្នឹងគឺថាគេបើណែងមកគឺក្រៅផ្លូវការអ៊ីសូខេទៅកន្លែងផ្សេងអ៊ីសូខេប៉ុន្តែបើថាមកទាំងហែធ្វើយកមុខយកមកដើម្បីឲ្យថាឲ្យប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរស្វាគមន៍នៅក្នុងឱកាសចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរបងប្អូនយើងខ្ញុំមានជំនឿថាបងប្អូនយើងមិនស្វាគមន៍ទេមិនត្រូវការទេ
បើអញ្ចឹងបើមកតាមក្រៅផ្លូវការបានក៏ប៉ុន្តែបើមកចូលដង្ហែពូអត់ចូលចិត្តហើយប្រជាជនភាគយើងមិនភាគច្រើននៅទីនេះគឺមិនចូលចិត្ត
ឧទាហរណ៍នេះថាឥឡូវហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនឹងមកលេងជាមួយពួកម៉ាក់នៅកន្លែងណាផ្សេងគឺថាបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងគឺអត់មានទៅរំខានឯងទេប៉ុន្តែកុំមកគឺដង្ហែនៅក្នុងឱកាសចូលឆ្នាំកម្ពុជាអកខ្មែរញូវយៀហ្នឹងគឺថាបងប្អូនយើងមិនសប្បាយចិត្តមិនត្រូវការទេបាទអូខេ
ចុះបើសិនជាឥឡូវខ្ញុំឧទាហរណ៍ថាយើងឥឡូវនេះពេលវាខ្លីហើយបាទពេលខ្លីណាព្រោះយើងនៅសល់តែប្រហែលអាទិត្យទៀតយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមធ្វើ parade ហើយ
ខ្ញុំដឹងហើយ
បើសិនជាឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំឧទាហរណ៍ណាបើសិនជាហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតគេសុកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តថាឥឡូវខ្ញុំអត់មកចូលរួមទេតើយើងអាចធ្វើ parade បានទេអត់នៅក្នុងពេលពីទ្វីនឥឡូវហ្នឹងទៅដល់ថ្ងៃខែ4ខែទី10
រឿងហ្នឹងខ្ញុំនិយាយឲ្យចំទៅគឺខ្ញុំអត់មាននៅក្នុង KMCC ទេដូច្នេះខ្ញុំមិនអាចឆ្លើយបានទេណាប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំមានជំនឿថាបើសិនជាណាត់ទាំងពីរហ្នឹងគឺថាមិនមកដោយសារឃើញប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរគឺថាប្រឆាំងគឺថាជាដាច់ខាតយើងគឺថាខ្ញុំមានជំនឿថាពិធីដង្ហែហ្នឹងគឺអាចនឹងប្រព្រឹត្តទៅបានបើសិនជាចង់ដង្ហែនៅក្នុងឆ្នាំ2016នេះ
ហើយខ្ញុំចេះទៀតព្រោះខ្ញុំបានជួបអ្នកមួយចំនួនដែលគ្រប់គ្រងparade នៅឆ្នាំ2014ខាងមុខនេះបាទក៏ប៉ុន្តែអ្នកដែលគ្រប់គ្រងហ្នឹងគាត់និយាយថា គាត់អត់ខ្វល់អំពីរឿងហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតទេគាត់ខ្វល់ពីរឿងវប្បធម៌ខ្មែរយើងជាងចុះពូគិតយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរអំពីរឿងវប្បធម៌ខ្មែរយើងជាមួយនឹងហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតតើយើងគិតចែកបែងចែករបៀបយ៉ាងណាដែរ
ចំពោះយោបល់ខ្ញុំបន្តតែក្មួយព្រោះតែរឿងវប្បធម៌ខ្មែរអរិយធម៌ខ្មែរគឺមិនសាបសូន្យទេធ្វើបើថានៅក្នុងឱកាស2016ហ្នឹងខ្មែរយើងមិនបានគឺទាំងហែក៏ដោយក៏វប្បធម៌ខ្មែរយើងនៅតែរស់រវើកហើយនឹងអាចធ្វើនៅឆ្នាំក្រោយៗតទៅទៀត
ចុះឧទាហរណ៍បើសិនអានេះខ្ញុំគាត់ឧទាហរណ៍ទេណាបើសិនជាឆ្នាំក្រោយទីមានការហេតុអីទៀតឬក៏ឆ្នាំក្រោយទៀតមានការហេតុអីទៀតយើងអត់ធ្វើបានជាច្រើនឆ្នាំអញ្ចឹងទៅតើពូគិតយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរ
អត់បញ្ហាទេខ្ញុំមានជំនឿថាអត់បញ្ហាទេបើសិនជាឆ្នាំក្រោយហើយបងប្អូនយើងគេហៅថាចិនសាមញ្ញដែលអត់មាននិន្នាការនយោបាយខាងគណៈបកនយោបាយដែលហៅថាប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរមិនចង់បានមិនចូលចិត្តហ្នឹងណាគឺមកចូលរួមis okayប៉ុន្តែចំពោះគណៈបកមួយដែលខ្មែរគឺថាមិនចូលចិត្តគឺថាមកចូលរួមពិតជាគេមិនសប្បាយចិត្តនឹងឲ្យមានពិធីដង្ហែនឹងទេ
ព្រោះខ្ញុំឮថា2ឆ្នាំកន្លងមកហើយព្រោះឆ្នាំនេះឆ្នាំទី10ប៉ុន្តែ2ឆ្នាំមុនយើងអត់បានធ្វើទេដូចជាឆ្នាំ2007ឬក៏2008ខ្ញុំជឿបាទយើងក៏បានធ្វើ2ឆ្នាំដោយមូលហេតុតែខ្វះថវិកាបាទដោយមូលហេតុតែខ្វះថវិកាឥឡូវនេះថវិកាបានមានគ្រប់គ្រាន់ដោយសារតែមនុស្សយើងមកច្រើន
បាទអូខេឥឡូវខ្ញុំយល់ហើយគឺថាតែរឿងបញ្ហាគឺថាខ្វះថវិកាឬក៏មានថវិកាមានលុយឬអត់មានលុយអត់បញ្ហាប៉ុន្តែគឺចង់ឲ្យពិធីហ្នឹងបងប្អូនយើងភាគច្រើនដែលមកជួបជុំគ្នានៅទីនេះថ្ងៃនេះថ្ងៃ22 2016ហ្នឹងគឺថាมันចង់ឃើញពួកណាកដែលមាននិន្នាការនយោបាយមិនល្អផ្ដាច់ការតែមកចូលរួមនៅក្នុងពិធីហ្នឹងទៅ3ឆ្នាំនេះមកតែมันបានធ្វើក៏ដោយឆ្នាំក្រោយបើសិនជាមានណាពួកអតីតក្រុមនឹងបញ្ហាគឺទៅនៅតែមិនអត់ធ្វើទៀតអានឹងខ្ញុំមានជំនឿយើងគឺបងប្អូនយើងគឺថាវប្បធម៌ខ្មែរមិនសាបសូន្យនេះក្មួយតោះបីមិនធ្វើ3 4ឆ្នាំក៏នៅអត់មានបញ្ហាទេហើយខ្ញុំមានជំនឿថាថ្ងៃនេះសាលាក្រុងឡុងបេកនឹងយកមកទេសធៀបច្រើនដែលបងប្អូនយើងប្រឆាំងនឹងអរិញវត្តមាននឹងយកទៅពិចារណាហើយនឹងតែខ្ញុំមានជំនឿថាมันអាចទៅរួចទេมันអាចទៅរួចទេបាទ
សូមអរគុណពូច្រើនមែនតើបាទអរគុណពូច្រើនបាទអរគុណពូច្រើនបាទអរគុណច្រើន
Good evening, honorable monks, honorable mayor, council members, and city officials. My name is Charles Song, the Cambodian American, and I am here to express my concern regarding the invitation of His Excellency Hun Manet, the son of the longest running Prime Minister in Cambodia, to join the Cambodian parade organized by the Cambodian Coordinating Council, known as CAMCC and Cambodia Town Inc., which will take place on April 10, 2016 on Anaheim Street that will include a portion of the 4th District and the 6th. I'd like to share with you some of the crucial reasons and the evidence of why the invitation should not be allowed. The parade event and the Cambodia Town had made possible back in 2005 by an extraordinary effort from every man and women in the Cambodian American community, but not just by a few who continue to claim their credits for today. Thanks to the city of Long Beach for allowing us to have that opportunity. At the beginning of the first parade back then, the organizer had made an honest mistake by selecting April 17 for the parade, which led to the chaos and caused a devastating division among our Cambodian community today. The majority of Cambodians had opposed it because April 17, 1995 was the date the Khmer regimes began their brutal genocide. Those who opposed shaved their heads and vowed to stop the parade at any cost. Some organizers' cars windows were smashed and threatened phone calls were made directly to the organizer at that time. But after an intense negotiation, both sides had managed to compromise by changing the date and solve the problem peacefully. It was a kind of mistake that we hope the history won't repeat itself. Thanks to a great leadership of our former councilwoman, Laura Richardson, for her involvement of getting the city to approve the Cambodian parade for all of us. Within these past 10 years, our community has continued to support this organization by joining the parades and New Year celebration at the Eldorado Park, despite the entrance fees of getting into the park continue to rise. It was just last year itself that we have to pay $35 per vehicle just to get inside to celebrate our own celebration. Thousands of spectators came to cheer along the parade route, and tens of thousands more, young and old, filled the park to enjoy themselves for the biggest celebration of the year. Honorable Mayor, Council members, to cause us further harm and to damage the home that has already once been broken and to divide us even more deeper, the KMCC had managed an outrageous decision to invite the Prime Minister's son to come and join parade this year, knowing ahead that it is against the will of the people and it will cause the community to oppose to no matter what. The self-promoted and political motivation were made by a few among the KMCC. Board members have already caused an uproar of anger in the Cambodian American community, which led to the resignation of a vice president of KMCC, Mr. Steve Vibalmeng, and the withdrawal of their participation in both events from a few of its board members, and I am certain that more members will follow soon, and we congratulate them. This event was made by a few board of directors. It was submitted before it was submitted and approved by the board. I want to make that thing clear. It orchestrated by one of the board members, Mr. Richardson, who was imprisoned in Cambodia for his alleged involvement in the defrauding of a Phnom Penh dentist of a $1 million back in 2014. We know that his case is still pending today, and his motive is quite clear. It's quite clear. This long been abusive power of this man has influenced much of his few affiliates to the point that he doesn't have to attend any meetings, and he still have all the say. The meeting via the Skype with only a few of its members without the consent of the full board, it's a clear violation of any non-profit organization. Public organizations like KMCC, the Cambodia Town, the Cambodian American Chamber of Commerce, and the Phnom Penh Sister City have been monopolized by this few self-interest group for years. The practice of having a husband and wife to sit in the same board is a very bad idea, and it must be stopped. We demand the KMCC and the rest of these organizations must stop this practice of an abusive practice, because we, the community, create them for the best interest of the community and to serve the people by the people, not the other way around. It is very clear that the parade of the New Year celebration are to preserve our culture and tradition. So any kind of a backdoor decision to invite a top political figure to join in the parade is another clear violation of its organization mission statement, and it's also against the will of this peaceful community. My fellow brothers and sisters, it is time for us to put our differences aside and tell the truth, knowing that only the truth will set us free. And if we don't do it now, the contagious disease will spread over our young generation. and this community will never be the same again. Honorable Mayor, City Council member, to find out the truth, it's easy. All that you have to do is to call off its CAMCC founder, former executive of directors, former board members, and all current board members to step forward and have their say under oath. Honorable Mayor, Council member, these are the factors that you see the people behind me that came here before you this evening. I am here standing side by side with my fellow brother and sister tonight to protest and boycott this invitation from a few who used Long Beach as their political battlefield by using the parade to promote themselves at our people's expense. In doing so, we ask each and every one of you to step in to intervene on these issues, citing the abusive activity described above, and take any action as deemed necessary against this invitation for the sake of our city, for the sake of our community. If you have to shut it down, please let it be. We are not here to ask for you to fight for us. All that we ask, we're just asking you to do what's right for all, because this is no longer just the Cambodian issue. This is your issue. This is our issue. Honorable Mayor, Council member, we thank you for allowing me this important moment to express this concern, and I do sincerely hope that this is something that you can intervene about. Thank you.
I have lived in the city of Long Beach since 1981, since I first immigrated at the age of 12 years old. I enjoy attending the parade every year, and even though the high price of entrance fee to the park, I encourage my family to attend. This is a time that we gather as a culture, as a Cambodian community, to celebrate our tradition. With the two persons, as you can see, Good Konmanite and Good Main, we fear that there's going to be protests, angers, going to be along the street of Anaheim, and we Cambodian American would like to ask Mr. Mayor and member of the City Council to suspend or shut down the parade. That would be the best options. Thank you.
Mayor, City Council. My name is Polasot. I live in 1092 Dawson Avenue, Long Beach, California, 90804. I'm a resident in Long Beach for 41 years, since 1975, as a refugee from the killing field till now. So last 11 years ago, I got honor to speak to the council about the parade on the 17th of April. Tonight, I got honor again to come protest the parade again with the folk that not represent us in Long Beach. That the folk from outside and bring people that I don't know to disturb, and I don't want to put fire in front of my house in Long Beach. I need the council reconsider about the parade for safety, so please don't let the parade go. Just Cambodia never do parade on New Year, so Long Beach, why they do parade, I don't know. Thank you.
Next up, we have Caroline Lee.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Carmen Lee. I'm a resident of Long Beach for over 40 years, like Mr. Pola. And first of all, I want to wish a happy New Year for Councilwoman Susie Rice. You are lucky because your people have you as a city council. But unfortunately for my people, the Cambodian people, we want to have harmony like you guys. But as you see, you look at the chamber and outside of the chamber, we have a lot of people, Cambodian, that they don't speak English or even they speak a broken English, they come here. Why? Because they frustrated. They are unhappy because it's our New Year and they bring those two people that do nothing for the city and to honor them and for us to cheer them, it's, that we cannot do. So that's why we come to ask you as a mayor and a city council or as a police to reconsider what you can do to make our New Year's happy. Not broken New Year like this, not a broken community. We don't want those people to come and break our community. We live here happily, but these guys try to infiltrate it in our daily life. So please reconsider your decision and help us to make a good living in Long Beach. Thank you.
Dear Honorable Mayor and City Council members, my name is Sopani Bay. I am a resident of Norwalk, California. On behalf of Cambodian veterans, Cambodian Americans living in this community, we are not happy about the invitation of Lieutenant General Hun Manet, Armed Forces Commander, member of Central Committee of Cambodia People Party, and the son of the dictator, Prime Minister Hun Sen, the Iron Fist for more than 30 years in power, and Mr. Khmer, the corrupt tycoon businessman, to participate in the Cambodian New Year cultural parade and celebration on April 10. We do not need them to bring the culture or intimidation, oppression, arousing fear into our second home, where we peacefully living in the free world in America that respect human rights, democracy, and legal and judicial institution, and receive equal treatment before the law of the land. Living in this, their presence will divide our community. Therefore, we are here tonight to ask the Honorable Mayor and members of City Council to intervene and stop the invitation in order for all of us living in this community to enjoy our New Year celebration. Thank you for your time. I want to translate in Cambodian to my Cambodian people.
Sure.
Yes. នាងខ្ញុំបៃសុផានីជាតំណាងសមាគមអតីតយុទ្ធជននៃកងយុទ្ធពលខេមរៈជាតិរួមទាំងបងប្អូនខ្មែរដែលរស់នៅទីក្រុង Long Beach មានការមិនពេញចិត្តនឹងការអញ្ជើញរបស់គណៈកម្មការរៀបចំពិធីបុណ្យចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរដែលនឹងប្រព្រឹត្តទៅនៅខែខាងមុខនេះដោយអញ្ជើញឧត្តមសេនីយ៍ហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតដែលជាមេបញ្ជាការរងកងទ័ពនៃគណៈបកប្រជាជនកម្ពុជាសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃនិងជាកោនាយករដ្ឋមន្ត្រីហ៊ុនសែនដែលជាជនផ្ដាច់ការនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាព្រមទាំងអង្គការគិតម៉េងដែលជាមេឈ្មោះមានឈ្មោះមិនល្អនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាឲ្យមកជាកិត្តិយសក្នុងឱកាសបុណ្យប្រពៃណីចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរយើងនេះទេយើងខ្ញុំមិនអបអរសាទរទទួលមេតបហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនៅអង្គការគិតម៉េងនេះឡើយដែលធ្វើឲ្យបរិយាកាសបុណ្យយើងលែងសប្បាយរីករាយ បែរជាមានការខ្វែងគំនិតគ្នាឆ្លោះប្រកែកគ្នាព្រោះតែវត្តមានបុគ្គលពីររូបនេះអាស្រ័យហេតុនេះសូមលោកអភិបាលក្រុងនិងលោកចៅសង្កាត់ទាំង9មេត្តាពិចារណាតាមការសុំរបស់យើងខ្ញុំដើម្បីទុកឱកាសឲ្យប្រជាជនខ្មែរយើងខ្ញុំមានការសប្បាយរីករាយក្នុងពិធីបុណ្យជាតិរបស់ខ្លួនសូមអរគុណ
Mr. Mayor, members of City Council, fellow Cambodian Americans, friends and neighbors of Long Beach, good evening. My name is Jackson Stokes. I reside in the 4th District, Long Beach. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share our story tonight. Our Cambodian Americans living in the community and our state are here this evening to express our deep concern in regard to the recent decision taken by the Cambodian Coordinating Council for inviting Mr. Hun Manet and Mr. Khmer to participate in our cultural parade on April 10th. As a Cambodian American residing in this wonderful city, I have the civic duty to inform and educate you and the public with regard to who Mr. Hun Manet and Mr. Khmer. Mr. Hun is the son of the current dictator, Prime Minister Hun Sen. He is a member of the Central Committee of the Cambodian People's Party. Prime Minister Hun Sen is the world denounced for hanging on to the power for more than 30 years. Under his power, record on human rights violation in Cambodia, including excessive use of force against innocent people, and arrest protesters, threat, intimidation, and judicial action targeting human rights defenders, journalists, trade unionists, opposition groups, and politicians, human trafficking, corruption, deforestation, and mass violation of land and housing rights. Mr. Khmer is a strong supporter of the Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen. In June 2011, WikiLeaks exposed an American diplomatic cable calling Mr. Meng a relatively young and ruthless gangster. Mr. Meng is being accused of using his political connection to forcefully clear land of resident and national monuments in order to proceed with development. Mr. Meng has also been the center of controversy regarding environmental issues in Cambodia, and most has been the illegal logging in protected areas of displacing indigenous village and destroying rural village without compensation or proper environmental assessment reports. As for the above reason, we Cambodian Americans living in this community, our states, and Cambodians overseas are earnestly pleading with Mr. Mayor, member of City Council, for your prompt intervention and mediation. We are requesting the KMCC to immediately withdraw the invitation from having Mr. Hun and Mr. Kane to participate in our Cambodian New Year cultural parade on April 10th. The majority of our Cambodian Americans are embedded with emotional, psychological scar from the killing fields in Cambodia. Although it was many years ago, we are still experiencing the effects of the trauma daily. Mr. Mayor, members of City Council, we don't want them here. We don't want them here.
The final speaker is Vishnu Rowan.
Thank you.
You know what, I'm not even from the city. I had all this written down, and everything that needed to be said has already been said, so I might as well rip this up. I'm actually from Connecticut. I came here on a 24-hour emergency trip. About 3 weeks ago, I think a good amount of you got an email from me. Maybe that's why it's put on last. There's only a couple of things I really want to say. You've all heard the story about what's going on in Cambodia. You'll see a lot more in Human Rights Report. You'll see a lot more in State Department reports. You'll see a lot more on Global Witness, International Transparency, and every non-government report and government report about Cambodia. Make no mistake about who's coming here. Make absolutely no mistake about it. You have to recognize who's coming here to your grounds. Something was said by Congresswoman Lowenthal that I love earlier today, believe it or not. The halls of justice and democracy. Is that what we are? Are we the halls of justice and democracy? Yeah. So, I'm not even going to read much off of this, but I'm going to go off by what Councilman D. Andrews and Councilwoman Stacey Rose Mungo said earlier today. This is no different than having the KKK march and the Million Man March down in D.C. This is no different than having the Nazis march on Memorial Day Parade in America. No different at all. This is who we have. This is who's coming. This is the face of evil. Unfortunately, Long Beach is ground zero for this, and it's not your fault. In the early 80s, in the first wave, in the late 70s, America opened their doors to us, and a lot of us resided in Long Beach. I went to New England, so I'm an old England boy, but I have no accent. Thank God for that. And some of us made it all the way to Lowell, Massachusetts also, and that's where the second fight is. That's where the second battleground is. You guys have an opportunity to fight. Earlier today, the first speaker said they didn't want you to fight. Well, Councilman Andrews and Councilwoman Mungo, I'm asking you to fight. I'm asking you to fight because these are your constituents. This is your district, so they're your responsibility. Yes. All right? What else do I want to say? I have all this written down, and I'm not even reading any of this at all. Local government. You guys are pretty much the vanguard and the root of good governance and transparency. You guys pretty much set the standards for Big Brother, and I'm pretty sure Big Brother can learn a lot from you guys right now. This is your battleground. This is your house. This is your backyard. These are your neighbors. These are your brothers and sisters. And what's happening is you had the Cambodian Coordinating Council, and trust me, we're going to pick a fight with them later on. They're going to hear from us. The Cambodian Chamber of Commerce and the Cambodian Town Committee is going to hear from us, right? Yeah. We got another fight, but they're going to hear from us. And when they hear from us, we also want them to hear from you, because you guys are what represents us. They're doing something very subversive right now, okay? You got a foreign government who's trying to penetrate domestic policies. They're trying to penetrate domestic politics. I'm sorry. And they're trying to influence. 16 years ago, I took an oath. 18 years ago, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit older than that. 18 years ago, I took an oath to defend this country against all threats, foreign and domestic. And I'll tell you right now, just because I no longer wear the uniform, it doesn't mean I've given up on that. I will still defend this country, foreign and domestic. And right now, we have a foreign oppressive government who's trying to influence your city. And we're not going to let it happen. I flew from the East Coast on a last-minute notice. So please, as a military veteran, as a Cambodian American, as a visitor in your city, please properly represent your people. Take this to task. Talk to the Cambodian Coordinating Council. Ask them what were they thinking of inviting the son of a dictator to the halls of justice and democracy. This is our country, not this. That's all I have.
Everyone, go ahead, sir. Thank you very much, sir. That concludes public comment. I have a couple of people that want to make a couple of comments on the council, and then we'll go from there. So first, Councilmember DeAndrews.
Thank you, Mayor. Myself, I've been here in this city for over 70 years. I was able to be with the Cambodians since 1975, the first group of Cambodians who came here from Phnom Penh. And I knew then that we had a group of individuals who believed in where they came from and what they believed in, and that was justice for all. It's sad to have to sit here and listen to what these individuals speak about, an individual coming to a city of Long Beach. And we just not only Long Beach, when we talk about this will resonate all over the world if this individual have a chance to be the Grand Marshal of the Cambodian parade. This is something that shouldn't be done, and it can't be done because of the fact that I'm looking up in this audience and knowing that you are the people and you will be the voice of the people, and I'm letting you know as I sit here today and hoping all the rest of my colleagues, I will not be a part or participate in a parade of that.
If I can have
This is actually very sad for all of us. For those of us that were here when we came together to build Cambodia Town, we made this city very proud, and we made our country proud, and I think we made the world proud. We are the first city to have designated a part of our beloved city to celebrate Cambodian culture, to celebrate Khmer culture. So, as proud a moment as that is, I do think that it doesn't mean the fight is over. So for all of us who represent diversity of one kind or another, it is a constant fight, because when you relax, that's when we take things for granted. And so I want to see the upside of this opportunity. Look how many of you came together today. We take a lot for granted. And so I'm comforted in seeing that you come together over an injustice that you feel. I'm looking at older people in the audience who I know survived the killing fields. You're wiping tears away. And I want you to know that this council feels deeply for that. None of us is going. None of us will go to this parade. It is the first one I'm missing, and it's the first one Councilman Andrews is missing. So that is a strong statement for you. We built Cambodia Town designation to celebrate culture, not politics. And so when a politician is invited to a cultural celebration, and it's a politician that doesn't unite the community, there's a problem. And so without getting into the details of what the problems are, you all, those of you who spoke, shared with us so eloquently and succinctly. It's a long history, and you were succinct about it, and I want to thank you for that. But you were poignant, and you shared with us what the real struggle is. The Cambodian culture dates beyond 2,000 years. And people are right when they say that our culture did not start in 1975, but they tried to break our culture in 1975. And so that is why it is important to move forward as a united community, as a united culture, and not allow these things that had tried to break us and kill us back into our lives.
Thank you.
I want you to look at this opportunity as a great opportunity to remember that sometimes we have to step backward to step forward. And so even though this might feel as though a step backward, because you could not imagine something like this happening in Long Beach, California, in the United States, please look at it as an opportunity to get stronger and to remind ourselves that your city stands with you. We did not designate Cambodia Town as a ornamental, simple, celebratory label. It is a true distinction that we honor throughout our state and throughout our country and throughout the world, just as we do our Persian American culture, our Hispanic American culture, our African American culture, our Asian American culture. That is what this city is about, and I want to assure you that this city will not abandon you.
Hurts me the most is just the division in the community, and we have to fix that. And I'd like to read a goal from CAMCC's website, and the fourth item is to represent a unified voice for the Cambodian American community by the gathering of leaders of the community into one collective body in order that all members of the community can contribute. I think we need to get back to that goal, and my office stands ready to assist wherever we can. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
I want to thank every single one of you for being here and speaking your truth, and certainly it breaks many of our hearts here to hear everything that each of you have been through and have heard about in your specific culture. What a beautiful culture it is. I know I've shared with many of you in wonderful events. I know personally I will not be attending the parade. I also know that in this deep moment of sadness and disbelief happening, like Vice Mayor Lowenthal had said, I think it's a beautiful moment to sit back and look at every single one of you here in the council chamber and know that happening. Speaking to the things that you really believe in, and we certainly stand here supporting you as well. So I just wanted to thank you.
I want to first thank all of you for coming out, because it shows, one, how much passion you have and how much love you have for your community, but also for the city and for each other, which you can really see and sense. And so I want to thank you. A lot of you, I look out, and a lot of you are friends. I've known a lot of you for as long as I've been in Long Beach, and I want to just thank you for, so many of you are community volunteers and involved in organizations and involved in so many cultural groups, and I want to thank you for keeping your culture, your beautiful culture, alive in our city. And I think I've always said that one of the best things about Long Beach is our Cambodian community. And that's one of the best things about our city, is the culture and love that you bring. You make Long Beach better. You make our country better by being here. So it is, I think, very sad, and it is very disheartening to see the anger and the sadness that has come because of this decision that has been made to invite someone that's causing this kind of division in the community. I want to say a couple things. One is, I think it's really important as a community, and for all of you as community leaders, to really understand and know that as we move forward, it's important that we demonstrate, like you're doing tonight, and vocalize our thoughts in a peaceful way, in a way that's peaceful. I know there's already some conversations about what could happen, or violence, or this or that, and I think as a community, it's important for all of you to demonstrate, like you're doing tonight, and to activate and to give your message in a way that's peaceful, to unite the entire community. I think that's really, really important. I'll also say to you tonight, and I've already mentioned this to a few other people, and I think you've heard it, I will not be, this will be my first parade, I will not be attending as well as mayor, so I won't be there. And I think you've heard from a lot of council members tonight that I am hopeful that between now and the actual date, that the community can come together and that there could be a resolution to this issue. I think everyone here wants to celebrate. You all want to celebrate the new year. You want to enjoy this parade and this community that you have built. And so it is my hope that between now and the date of that event, that the community, the whole community, and that includes your brothers and sisters in some of those organizations and other folks that are out there that have different points of view. Hopefully we can all come together, and you all can come together, and we can have a resolution so that everyone can celebrate together in a way that's peaceful and that really speaks to our best values. And so I just wanted to thank you all for being passionate and for coming out and saying how you feel. While this is a sad moment, I will tell you I'm very proud of you for stepping up and believing and saying and believing it's something that's so important to you and sharing that with us. And that is what our country, our new country, because I'm an immigrant too, and a lot of you are either refugees or immigrants, you escaped a horrible situation. And I think what makes this country great is the ability for us to speak our minds, and it's what you're doing today. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much.
បាទជំរាបសួរបងសុខសប្បាយបាទបងឈ្មោះអីដែរខ្ញុំឈ្មោះ Justin សុខខ្ញុំមានទីលំនៅនៅក្រុង Long Beach ហ្នឹងបងមិញមានចូលរួមក្នុងប្រជុំក្នុង City Council នេះដែរមិញហ្នឹងបាទខ្ញុំចូលរួមហើយខ្ញុំក៏បានជួយពិភាក្សាពីរឿងកិច្ចការដែលបញ្ហាដង្ហែចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរហ្នឹងដែរបាទហើយបងបាននិយាយយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរហើយគេ City Council មានយល់យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរអំពីរឿងបញ្ហាក្នុងសង្គមខ្មែរយើងហ្នឹងបាទទីមួយសូមឲ្យពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងដឹងថាការចូលរួមចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរហ្នឹងយើងមិនប្រកែប្រកាន់អីទេអ្នកណាក៏អាចអញ្ជើញមកបានតែប៉ុន្តែចំពោះដែលអ្នកមានវត្តមានជាមួយខាងដូចជា Prime Minister ហ៊ុនសែនជាកូនរបស់គាត់អីមកអញ្ចឹងលោកគិតមេងដែល corruption នៅក្នុងស្រុកខ្មែរអីចឹងយើងមិនចង់ឲ្យពួកអស់លោកនឹងអញ្ជើញមកដើម្បីបំបីបំបាក់ទីក្រុងខ្មែរយើងនេះទេ បាទហើយវត្តមានអស់លោកឃើញហើយមនុស្សយើងប្រហែល250ទៅ300នាក់ដែលអញ្ជើញមកហ្នឹងគឺ 100% ហើយដែលគេប្រឆាំងដាច់ខាតមិនឲ្យពួកគាត់មកទេបាទអានេះជាមតិហើយជាសិទ្ធិរបស់ខ្មែរយើងខ្មែរអាមេរិកាំងនៅប្រទេសជាប្រទេសធិបតេយ្យគេចេញមកសម្លេងនេះបន្ទប់នេះមិនតឹងមានគ្រប់ផងបើមានគ្រប់មនុស្សមកច្រើនណាស់បាទបងមានចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរបន្ទាប់ពីប្រជុំហើយតើបងគិតថាតើខ្មែរយើងគួរធ្វើ parade ឬក៏អត់ធ្វើ parade ហើយក៏ parade នៅតែទៅមុខបាទទីមួយខ្ញុំចង់បញ្ជាក់តែមុននឹងបានចូលប្រជុំហ្នឹងខ្ញុំបានពិភាក្សាជាមួយ City Councilman 3នាក់រួចហើយ City Councilman ទី4 District ទី4ទី5ទី6គេគ្រប់គ្រងយើងដាច់ហើយដល់ឲ្យចូលទៅក្នុងអស់លោកដឹងរួចហើយបានស្ដាប់រួចហើយថាពួកគាត់នឹងគ្រប់គ្រងយើងជានិច្ចរឿងពី New Year Parade វិញ New Year Cambodian New Year Parade គឺផនយើង Cambodia Town is ផនយើង 100% យើងចង់ឲ្យគ្រប់គ្រងឲ្យទៅមុខរហូតមិនចង់ឲ្យប្រឈប់ទេដែលយើងទៀមទាធ្ងន់ធំនោះគឺមិនឲ្យអស់លោកនឹងមកបើសិនបើយើងចង់ឲ្យប្រឈប់នោះយើងខាតហើយព្រោះអីជាផ្ទះផនយើងជាកន្លែងផនយើងហេតុអីបានយើងសុំឈប់ដូច្នេះវាអត់ល្អមើលទេអានេះជាមតិសឹង 100% ហើយបាទសូមអរគុណបាទសូមអរគុណមកច្រើនមែនតើសូមជម្រាបលាបាទអរគុណបាទជម្រាបសួរបងសុខសប្បាយបាទសូមចាប់ដៃមួយចាំមើលទៅដល់បាទបងអូនខ្ញុំឈ្មោះអីដែររៀនវាសនាបងឈ្មោះរៀនវាសនាហើយមកពីខាងណាដែរថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំមកពី Connecticut បាទហើយមកចូលរួមក្នុងប្រជុំអីដែរថ្ងៃនេះល្អណាស់កូនបាល់បងខ្ញុំដៃខ្ញុំពេញចិត្តខ្ញុំចូលចិត្តដែរបុរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងចេញមកអញ្ចេះបងកុំឲ្យខ្លាចខ្ញុំចង់ប្រាប់សភាឲ្យបងប្អូនយើងថាកុំឲ្យខ្លាចឲ្យពុកពីមីងពូបងប្អូនទាំងអស់កុំឲ្យខ្លាចចេញមកនិយាយមកអានេះជាស្រុកអាមេរិកយើងមានប្រជាធិបតេយ្យហើយយើងមានសេរីភាពត្រឹមត្រូវបងបាទហើយវាសនាមកនេះក៏គ្រប់គ្រង parade ឬក៏អត់គ្រប់គ្រង parade ឬក៏យោបល់យ៉ាងម៉េចចំពោះវត្តមានរបស់ហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតមកហ្នឹងបាទតែខ្ញុំរឿង parade អត់គ្រប់គ្រងហ្នឹងជារឿងផ្សេងបងមួយដែលខ្ញុំមានគ្រប់គ្រងជាលោកនឹងស្អីហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតគាត់មកបាទខ្ញុំធ្វើការជាអនុប្រធានអង្គការសម្ព័ន្ធខ្មែរអាមេរិកបាទហើយបែរទៅមុនបងប្អូនខ្ញុំបានខលទូរស័ព្ទមកថាឥឡូវលោកហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតគេមកគេសុំឲ្យយើងជួយបាទពេលពួកយើងលឺអញ្ចឹងពួកយើងមានអាចជួយមិនបងបាទលោកហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតហ្នឹងគាត់ជាកូនចៅអ្នកមួយដែលលោកស្រុកបងលោកសិទ្ធិមនុស្សហើយធ្វើបាបស្រុកហើយយើងមិនអាចទទួលបានទេបងបាទហើយបន្ទាប់ពីការប្រជុំហ្នឹងតើបងគិតយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរបាទន័យថាគេយល់ស្របជាមួយយើងឬក៏យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរខ្ញុំមើលទៅពួកតំណាងរាស្ត្រនៅនេះហ្នឹងពួក local legislators គេគ្រប់គ្រងយើងឥឡូវបងលើគេនិយាយគេថាដល់ពេលគេហៅអាវុកកម្មវិធីហៅហ្នឹងគេចូលហើយគេចូលរួមជាមួយហើយបាទសូមអរគុណច្រើនមែនតើសូមជួយទៅបានសុខសប្បាយបាទអរគុណបាទទូរទស្សនិកជនជាទីមេត្រីបាទទូរទស្សនិកជនទើបនឹងបានស្ដាប់បទសម្ភាសន៍រវាងខ្ញុំហើយនឹងខ្មែរយើងមួយចំនួននៅទីក្រុង Long Beach នេះនៅ City Hall ដែលមកប្រជុំគ្នាអំពីរឿង parade នៅខែ4ខាងមុខនេះបាទសូមអរគុណនិងសូមជម្រាបលាទូរទស្សនិកជនជាទីមេត្រីអំបញ្ញមិញទូរទស្សនិកជនទើបនឹងបានទស្សនាបទសម្ភាសន៍រវាងខ្ញុំនិងវត្តមានរបស់ខ្មែរយើងមួយចំនួនដែលបានមកធ្វើ protest នៅ City Hall បាទឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំបានជួបនឹងវត្តមានខ្មែរយើងមួយចំនួនទៀតដែលគាត់ចង់ឲ្យឯកឧត្តមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតមកទីក្រុង Long Beach នេះបាទសហេតុដូច្នេះសូមអញ្ជើញទស្សនាដូចតទៅបាទជំរាបសួរបាទសុខសប្បាយបាទសុខសប្បាយបាទចាស់មាន reaction របៀបយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរចំពោះ City Council ប្រជុំថ្ងៃនេះរឿងខ្មែរយើងមានរកម្មបន្តិចបន្តួចពីរឿង parade ពីរឿងវត្តមានរបស់លោកឯកឧត្តមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតមកចូលរួមក្នុង parade នេះបាទសូមអរគុណលោកថូនីដែលបានអញ្ជើញមកណាក្នុងការបកស្រាយទៅខាង City Hall ខ្ញុំនឹងនិយាយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសដើម្បីឲ្យបងប្អូននៅខាង City Councils and លោក Mayors គាត់បានជ្រាប my reaction and my stand as a community for the younger generation. I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of friends that I have spoken to and also businesses along Cambodia town that I spoke to. They all support the president. The majority support the president of His Excellency Hun Manet. There's two sides of the story. All of you that had attended the city council today heard one side of the story. But there's a lot of passionate side of the story in the community that they are not willing to go out there because they do not want to show the distraction of the community.
And also, most of the business owners and the younger generation, they want to see unity. They do not see, they don't want to see the fight in the community of the City Hall. Most of them, including our group here, support Dr. Hun Manet as Khmer. Because if you just follow his Facebook, every election he asks all the friends from all political parties, from all sides, from all different religions, to be friends, right? Not because of the differences that you have. And the other side of the story that you see today is there's some grudges among a few individuals in the community that they did not get along a long time ago. And they're not willing to put that differences aside. And they manipulate a whole bunch of older generation to make this as a community problem. They make this as a past. They do not want to move on to the future. Our generation, we focus on where we are now, where we are going, not where we were, and keep crying every day. The time to heal, the time to unite is now. I'm asking all the community to please, the healing is not to discriminate against any Khmer. 2010, His Excellency Kamsaka arrived. Everyone celebrate peacefully. This year, CAMCC also later on invite the CNRP. Again, it's not the major political party. It's only a few key individuals that they hold grudges against someone that in charge of the VIP group that CAMCC had assigned. And again, I'm begging everyone to look at this from two different standpoints. And I want you to think deeply. Most of these people that have been volunteer for the CAMCC, they volunteer their time. Some of them, I don't see them sleep. I see them everywhere, right? To support the community. They have been leading the community for a long time. Like Ted Turner, the founder of CNN said, you either lead, you follow, or you get out of the way. You have not led the community. You love to light things up. You haven't followed. I'm begging you to take that hat off. Just step aside and let the community heal, not for your personal gain, for the new generation to move forward peacefully, not holding grudges. The time is now. And I want to thank Khmer TV and everyone for joining me today. Yeah!
ខ្ញុំសូមសួរមួយសំណួរទៀតព្រោះអីខ្ញុំមិញខ្ញុំបានស្ដាប់ឮថាកាលពីឆ្នាំ2010លោកកែមសុខាបានអញ្ជើញមកចូលរួម parade នៅទីក្រុងឡង់បិចមែនឬទេ
បាទគាត់បានអញ្ជើញមកហើយខ្ញុំបានឃើញហើយនឹងស្ដាប់ព្រោះអីខ្ញុំតាំងពី2005មកខ្ញុំ volunteer នៅក្នុង parade ខ្ញុំធ្វើជា script announcer and ខ្ញុំអត់ដែលប្រកាន់ថាជាបកណាទេខ្ញុំនិយាយនេះក្នុងនាមជា independent ហើយខ្ញុំ support អាយដាមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតដោយសារតែគាត់ជាក្មេងចំនួនក្រោយបើសិនជាអស់លោកស្គាល់ក្មេងចំនួនក្រោយទៅសើហើយនឹង look up ទៅគាត់ពីព្រោះអីគាត់បានទៅរៀនចេះដឹងគាត់ទៅរៀនបណ្ឌិតអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំឃើញនេះគឺថាជាបញ្ហា personal ទូចមួយហើយនឹងអ្នកខ្លះគេខ្លាចអ្នកចេះដឹងបាទអត់ទេពួកគាត់ទាំងអស់គ្នាបើកាលណាយើងឃើញគេរៀនបានចេះដឹងគេនឹងអត់ធ្វើអីមិនល្អសម្រាប់ប្រជាជនទេពីព្រោះគេបាទអរគុណ
សូមអរគុណច្រើនបាទសូមអរគុណច្រើនបាទជំរាបសួរបងសុខសប្បាយបាទថ្ងៃនេះ City Council យើងមាន meeting special event meeting ហើយប្រជាជនខ្មែរយើងមួយចំនួនបានអញ្ជើញទៅធ្វើ protest regarding អាយដាមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតមានវត្តមាននៅទីនេះបាទហើយបន្ទាប់ពី City Council meeting តើបងមានប្រតិកម្មយ៉ាងម៉េចដែរចំពោះរឿងនេះបង
បាទបងខ្ញុំមានប្រតិកម្មអីប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំអបអរបាទបានយីរួមខ្ញុំគ្រប់គ្រងនឹងការពីដាច់ខាតចំពោះអាដាមបណ្ឌិតហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតគាត់បានអញ្ជើញចូលរួមក្នុងការ high parade ចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរយើងនេះបាទខ្ញុំកើតពីដាច់ខាតពីព្រោះខ្ញុំជាប្រធាន security នៅ ចាំសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិក
គឺជាកិត្តិយសណាស់ដ៏ធំចំពោះខ្មែរយើងទាំងអស់ដែលរស់នៅទីក្រុងឡង់បិចទូទាំងកាលីហ្វ័រញ៉ាយើងទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងដែលបានគាត់អញ្ជើញមកជាភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសដើម្បីពង្រឹងនិងពង្រីកស្មារតីប្រជាជនខ្មែរយើងនិងលើកស្ទួយដូចជាលើកស្ទួយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចឲ្យខ្មែរយើងមានកិត្តិយសខ្ពង់ខ្ពស់អញ្ចឹងណាបាទ
ខ្ញុំអត់យល់ថាមូលហេតុអីបានមានខ្មែរមួយចំនួនតូចដែលទៅធ្វើបាតកម្មពីរឿងបញ្ហាហ្នឹងចំពោះខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំសប្បាយចិត្តយ៉ាងខ្លាំងនៅពេលដែលមានវត្តមានរបស់អាយដាមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតដែលមកអញ្ជើញចូលរួមនៅក្នុងហែបរ៉េនៅរដូវចូលឆ្នាំដែលដកខ្លីខាងមុខនេះហើយបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងទាំងអស់ដែលនៅទីនេះភាគច្រើនទាំងនិយាយទៅថាទាំងអស់ហ្មងដែលគេគ្រប់គ្រងនៅបរ៉េរបស់អាយដាមដែលគ្រប់គ្រងនៅដំណើរទស្សនកិច្ចរបស់អាយដាមអញ្ចឹងហើយបានជាយើងខ្ញុំទាំងអស់គ្នាជាប្រជាពលរដ្ឋដែលរស់នៅទីក្រុងឡងបិចសូមធ្វើការគ្រប់គ្រងនិងការពារយ៉ាងពេញទំហឹងនៅដំណើរទស្សនកិច្ចរបស់អាយដាមបណ្ឌិតហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតដើម្បីចូលរួមក្នុងបរ៉េអបអរសាទរបុណ្យចូលឆ្នាំថ្មីប្រពៃណីជាតិរបស់ប្រជាជនខ្មែរនៅទីក្រុងឡងបិចកាលីហ្វ័រញ៉ានាថ្ងៃទី10ខែមេសាឆ្នាំ2016ខាងមុខនេះដោយឈរលើជំហរខ្មែរតែមួយសូមអរគុណធ្វើនៅឡងបិចកាលីហ្វ័រញ៉ាសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកថ្ងៃទី22ខែមីនាឆ្នាំ2016
ខ្ញុំគិតថាហេតុអីក៏ខ្មែរយើងប្រកាន់គ្នាយ៉ាងនេះនៅក្នុងប្រទេសអាមេរិកខ្មែរយើងគឺមានសិទ្ធិស្មើគ្នាបើគេមានពិធីជប់ហែចូលឆ្នាំហ្នឹងគឺល្អណាស់សម្រាប់ជនជាតិខ្មែរយើងដើម្បីបង្ហាញថាខ្មែរយើងមានប្រទេសខ្មែរមួយនឹងគេដែរនៅលើពិភពលោកនេះហើយយើងក៏មានវប្បធម៌នឹងគេដែរទីបង្ហាញឲ្យពិភពលោកឃើញថាខ្មែរយើងមានវប្បធម៌មានអរិយធម៌ហើយប្រទេសខ្មែរយើងក៏កំពុងរីកចម្រើនឡើងដែរ
បាទខ្ញុំជាប្រជាពលរដ្ឋនៅ California មានសេចក្តីសោកស្ដាយជាទម្ងន់ដែលបងប្អូនយើងមួយចំនួនតូចបានធ្វើការប្រឆាំងទៅដល់ City Council ពីវត្តមានរបស់អាដាមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតដែលចូលរួមនៅក្នុងបុណ្យចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរនៅពេលខាងមុខនេះបាទវាជារឿងមួយស្មុគស្មាញដែលរកយល់មិនត្រូវពីព្រោះកន្លងមកពួកគាត់តែងតែនិយាយថាធ្វើអីដើម្បីខ្មែរណាមិនយកខ្មែរណាមួយជាសត្រូវហើយចូលអាដាមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនឹងជាខ្មែរឬក៏ជាអ្នកណាបាទហើយអញ្ចឹងទេយើងទាំងអស់គ្នានៅទីនេះមានការសោកស្ដាយយ៉ាងខ្លាំងដែលគាត់បានធ្វើអញ្ចឹងហើយពួកយើងទាំងអស់គ្នានៅទីនេះទាំងប្រជាពលរដ្ឋទាំងអស់បងប្អូនយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាពិតជាត្រៀមខ្លួននឹងស្វាគមន៍នៅដំណើរចូលរួមរបស់អាដាមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនៅក្នុងន័យពង្រឹងចំណងសាមគ្គីខ្មែរនៅក្នុងស្រុកនិងក្រៅស្រុកលើកតម្កើងវប្បធម៌អរិយធម៌ខ្មែរបាទហើយក៏ជាផ្នែកមួយនៃការរឹតចំណងតាក់ទងរវាងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាយើងនិងសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកផងដែរបាទហើយវាជារឿងមួយមិនល្អទេដែលយើងខ្មែរនៅក្នុងពេលនេះបាទពីព្រោះបុណ្យចូលឆ្នាំខ្មែរជាបុណ្យរបស់ខ្មែរយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទមិនមែនថាបុណ្យរបស់អ្នកណាម្នាក់ទេបាទបាទអញ្ចឹងពួកយើងសូមគាំទ្រ 100% ចំពោះការចូលរួមរបស់អាដាមបណ្ឌិតហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតនៅក្នុងការនៅក្នុងពេលឆ្នាំខាងមុខនេះបាទ
ខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាខ្ញុំរស់នៅខ្ញុំគឺជាក្មេងដែលត្រឹមតែបានមកនៅរស់នៅសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកខ្ញុំរស់នៅស្រុកខ្មែរយូរណាស់មកហើយខ្ញុំបានចូលរួមកម្មវិធីបុណ្យជាតិនៅស្រុកខ្មែរហើយខ្ញុំក៏ចង់ចូលរួមពិធីបុណ្យជាតិខ្មែរយើងនៅសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនេះដែរខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍សប្បាយចិត្តណាស់នៅពេលអាដាមហ៊ុនម៉ាណែតគាត់បានអញ្ជើញមកដូចថាខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាខ្មែរយើងបានធ្វើអ្វីមួយដែលបង្ហាញពីវប្បធម៌ខ្មែរយើងរីកកំកើងទាំងអស់គ្នាយើងគឺជាខ្មែរយើងត្រូវស្រឡាញ់ខ្មែរអញ្ចឹងយើងត្រូវបង្ហាញឲ្យគេបានឃើញថាខ្មែរយើងឥឡូវកំពុងតែរីកចម្រើននៅសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនៅទូទាំងប្រទេស
Hello, Vas. How are you?
Hello, Tony. How are you?
We meet again?
Yes, again.
Nice to see you again. Now, you went to the City Council meeting today as well.
Yes,
and you're not even Cambodian.
No.
As I know.
I thought I was.
So what is your reaction to the meeting that the City Council held today?
Well, there was a lot of emotions that went through my mind when people were talking at the same time the council members and the city leaders were responding. And what I felt was that there was a lot of emotional decisions that were made by the city leaders instead of logic. Because what I think is when they decided to boycott, they're really saying, sending a message to the businesses locally. Me being a business owner, I understand I'm looking forward to events like this and celebrations like this to
make more money.
Exactly. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? It brings more money to the city. It's more about the cultural stance about this event. And people were making decisions without thinking twice. They weren't asking. What I saw was one side, and the arguments, there was no arguments from two sides. And when that took place, the city leader said, okay, I'm not going to be there, I'm not going to be there. Everybody was following, everybody's a follower. They weren't really thinking about themselves or the community as a whole, as a business, because what brings money to the city is the businesses. Yes, there were some people who were standing up against and talking about why he shouldn't be here, but I think it goes to the past. When people are living in the past, instead of these new generations, they want to move forward from today forward, right? And so what happens was they're bringing the past pains back again and inviting the young people to say, you know, I'm in pain, you should be in pain also. Instead of saying this is a celebration, it doesn't matter who comes here, right? Why does a community stop going to an event because of one individual and his views? There's so many people have different ideas and views about business and life and everything. But no one else is taking that stance and not coming because of you think this way, I think this way. And the whole community got together and said, I'm not coming because of one individual, which is terrible because, again, like I said, you know, I really think about the business owners, the small business owners who thrive on events like this. They want this to take place, but not only that, me being not Khmer, I am from Sri Lanka, we celebrate New Year the same day. Sri Lanka New Year, April 13th and 14th. So I'm telling my friends and family to be here to watch the celebration. It's really opening up the doors to let what the Khmer people and the Cambodian culture is about and the history of it. So instead of, you know, a few people making the emotional decisions and yelling from the past, why don't they make a logic decision? Instead of saying, let's celebrate and let's make the city grow and bring the money into the city, because every year I think this should grow bigger and bigger and bigger. All other agendas aside, it's not a political thing, it's a cultural New Year celebration. Yes. So that's my feeling. In closing, I really like to say, I wish that people see beyond the political passion that they have. It's really not about that. It's really about moving forward and building a community stronger.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much.